I asked Rebecca quietly, "Do you love him?" Her eyes widened, and she blinked rapidly. "Who?" "Patrick," I said, and the word hung between us like a storm cloud. The silence that followed was deafening. The hum of the refrigerator, the faint ticking of the clock, even the wind lashing at the windows, it all receded into nothingness. Only her uneven breaths remained, caught between guilt and fear. She said nothing. I didn't push. I just watched her face, searching for the truth she was trying so hard to hide. Finally, in a voice barely above a whisper, she asked, "Why would you even say that?" "Because you've already told me," I replied, not with words, but in every glance she avoided, every delayed response, every too bright smile whenever his name came up. I stayed silent, letting the tension stretch, heavy enough to crush the lies she'd been weaving. Her hands shook as she lifted her wine glass. "You're imagining things, Daniel. Patrick is your friend." "Our friend," she stammered, "was—" I corrected softly. "He was my friend." The single word unsettled her far more than my accusation. It had started slowly, weeks ago, a laugh that lingered too long, a text she quickly hid, small behaviors I dismissed as coincidences. I wanted to believe I was overreacting, that jealousy was clouding my judgment. But the truth doesn't scream. It whispers, growing impossible to ignore. The night it became undeniable, Patrick had come over for dinner. Rebecca glowed in a red dress I hadn't seen in years. She brushed past me to greet him, her smile warm and familiar. When he complimented the meal, she blushed. When I did, she barely acknowledged me. That was when I started noticing the details. The glowing phone screen late at night, the evening walks she claimed were for exercise, the laughter muffled down the hall when she thought I was asleep. Slowly, she was slipping away, and I was too blind to stop it. The storm outside mirrored the one inside me. I asked quietly, "How long?" She froze and muttered, "I don't know what you mean." "Rebecca, stop. Don't make me drag it out of you," I said, my voice low but steady. Her eyes filled with tears she tried so hard to hold back. "It just happened," she whispered. "I didn't mean for it to." I laughed bitterly. That's always the line, isn't it? As if love could be an accident. Then she said something worse than anger or guilt. "You've been so distant, Daniel. Always working, always tired." I was lonely. The word hit me like a blade. "Lonely?" I echoed. "I worked for us, for this house, this life. I was trying not to hurt you." "But you did," she said softly. "Every day you lied. Every smile while your heart was somewhere else." Tears rolled down her cheeks. Normally, I would have reached out to comfort her, but I stayed rooted, gripping the edge of the table to stop my hands from trembling. "When did it start?" I asked. "After the company party," she admitted. 6 months. 6 months of pretending. 6 months of her disappearing, while I was blind to it. Every detail now made sense. The sudden interest in clothes, the small hums over text messages, the gradual withdrawal. "Did you love him?" I asked again, gentler this time. "I don't know, but I did," she admitted, her voice breaking. That was the answer I had been dreading. "It's over now," she said, wrapping her arms around herself. "We ended it." I looked at her, and something inside me shattered quietly and irreversibly. "No," I said. "You ended us." The rain pounded harder against the windows. Thunder rolled in the distance. She turned her back, wiping her face. "What are you going to do?" I didn't know. Rage and grief collided inside me, indistinguishable. Part of me wanted to confront Patrick, to demand answers. Another part wanted to disappear completely. Instead, I grabbed my keys. "I need air," I said. She reached for me. "Daniel, please don't do anything stupid." For a fleeting moment, I almost took her hand. Then I let it fall. The drive blurred past rain-soaked streets until I stopped outside Patrick's apartment. Lights glowed in the window. I could see shadows moving, 2 figures together. Then the lights went out. I could have confronted him, demanded explanations. But what would it change? The truth was already there. The part one hated most wasn't Patrick. It was a version of myself that had trusted blindly, loved fully, ignored the warning signs. I drove aimlessly until the storm subsided, stopping at the old pier where Rebecca and I had once shared dreams. The water mirrored the faint moonlight. I remembered her laughter, her hand in mine, the promises we had made. But promises are only as strong as the people who make them. Returning home, the house was dark. She slept on the couch under a blanket, innocent in her slumber. I watched her for a long while. Then I removed my wedding ring, placing it softly on the coffee table. Its small sound against the wood marked the end of something sacred. Morning came. I packed a bag. She woke. "Daniel, where are you going?" she asked, groggy. "Somewhere you can't follow," I said. Her eyes welled with tears again. "Please, we can fix this." I paused at the door. You can't fix something that died while you were pretending it was alive. And then I walked out. The air was crisp, filled with the scent of rain and earth. For the first time in months, I felt something close to peace. Not from forgiveness, but from clarity. Nothing left to lose, nothing left to hide. As I drove away, I realized closure wasn't needed. I had found it the moment she froze.